The whispering woods glowed beneath the night sky like a dream preparing to disappear. Golden lanterns drifted softly through the trees while ancient roots pulsed gently beneath the earth. For centuries, the forest had trapped every soul too afraid to say goodbye. Every whisper, every curse, every broken heart buried beneath the lantern light had been born from one simple fear, the fear of letting go. But tonight, everything was changing. Deep beneath the forest, the underground world had become completely silent. No whispers echoed through the roots anymore. No trapped souls cried from the darkness. No sorrow lingered in the air. Only the soft pulse of the final glowing heart remained, floating quietly before Elian, waiting. Elian stared at it calmly while golden light reflected across his face. For the first time since he entered the Whispering Woods, he was no longer afraid. Not of endings, not of loss, and not of love. Beside him, Lira grabbed his arm desperately, tears streaming down her face. "Please, don't do this." Her voice trembled with the same fear that created the forest centuries ago. The fear of losing someone you love. Elian turned toward her slowly and gently touched her face. His expression softened. "You taught me something important," he whispered. The golden lanterns drifted silently around them. "Love isn't about keeping someone forever." Lyra's eyes filled with heartbreak as memories flashed between them, like fragments of light scattered through the trees. Their first meeting in the fog, the lanterns glowing softly above the river, her laughter echoing through the woods, the nights they spent running through darkness together. Every moment the forest tried desperately to trap forever, now becoming memories instead. Beautiful because they ended. Nearby, the root mother stood beneath the collapsing white tree as her body slowly faded into silver particles. For centuries she held the whispering woods together with grief. Now finally, she was letting it go. "At last," she whispered softly. A peaceful smile touched her face as the ancient sorrow disappeared from her eyes. Then slowly, her body dissolved completely into silver light, and the forest exhaled. Thousands of glowing souls emerged from the roots around Elian, not trapped anymore, not afraid anymore. The spirits surrounded him silently beneath the lantern glow. For the first time in centuries, the whispering woods no longer felt cursed. It felt gentle, peaceful. Even the first soul had changed. The monstrous creature towering beneath the roots slowly began crumbling apart. Dark roots fell away from its body. The rage faded from its hollow, glowing eyes. And beneath all the sorrow and pain, only a quiet human soul remained. Free at last. The final glowing heart drifted closer toward Elian. The forest was waiting, one final guardian, one final soul to remain behind, so the whispering woods could survive without becoming cursed again. Lyra shook her head desperately as Elian slowly reached toward the heart. "Elian!" Golden roots wrapped gently around his hand the moment he touched it. But unlike the curse before, the roots felt warm, peaceful, alive. Because this time, the bond was chosen freely, not through fear, not through grief, but through acceptance. Suddenly, the underground roots burst into brilliant golden light. Across the entire whispering woods, the ancient curse vanished completely. Twisted black roots transformed into glowing golden vines. Dead lanterns reignited softly between the trees above. The forest breathed again, not cursed anymore, alive. But as the curse disappeared, Lyra began fading too. Silver particles drifted slowly from her fingertips into the air. Her body flickered weakly beneath the golden light. And when Elian saw it happening, panic filled his eyes. "No, no, please!" His voice broke completely as he rushed toward her. For the first time, he understood the true price of freedom. Lyra smiled softly through tears as she touched his face. "I'm glad I met you." There was no fear left in her voice now, only love, quiet and honest. The lanterns drifted upward, around them like glowing stars, while the forest stood silent beneath the night sky. Even the wind seemed unwilling to interrupt goodbye. And there, beneath the golden trees, they kissed one final time. Lyra slowly pulled away, tears shining in her silver eyes. "When the lanterns bloom again," her voice faded softly into the glowing air. "Find me in another life." Then her body began dissolving completely into silver light, like moonlight disappearing at dawn. Elian stood frozen as pieces of her vanished into the lantern-filled sky, until finally, she was gone, and only glowing lanterns remained drifting quietly through the whispering woods. Silence filled the forest once more, but this silence no longer felt lonely. Elian stood alone beneath the glowing trees, while golden roots spread gently beneath his feet. The forest whispered softly around him. Not hungry anymore, not cursed anymore, only alive. And now, it belonged to him. Years passed. The whispering woods slowly became legend. People no longer feared the lanterns glowing between the trees at night. Travelers whispered stories about a golden forest that protected lost souls instead of trapping them. Some claimed the woods guided grieving hearts home. Others believed the lanterns carried messages from loved ones long gone. But no one truly understood what lived beneath the trees. Deep inside the forest, the last guardian still waited quietly beneath the glowing lanterns, watching over the woods, alone, but peaceful. One quiet evening, many years later, a young girl wandered carefully through the whispering woods. Golden lanterns drifted gently above her head, while soft wind moved through the glowing branches. Then suddenly, she stopped. Far ahead beneath the lantern, tree stood a glowing figure, silent, watching. The guardian of the forest, Elian. The girl stared curiously toward him as the lanterns swayed softly in the night. And somewhere deeper within the woods, a familiar laugh echoed gently through the trees. Elian? His eyes widened slightly. The voice was soft, warm, impossible. Slowly, after many long years of silence, Elian smiled, and above the whispering woods, the lanterns bloomed brighter beneath the stars. Because in the end, love was never meant to last forever. That was what made it beautiful. And even after endings, some souls still find their way back to each other beneath the lantern light.